Hey, guys, welcome back and happy Thursday. Guys, obviously, we were recapping the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion today. If you missed our live with Jason and Zach, make sure you go be a part of the replay. And also tonight, we're going live for Hot Messy Topics at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a lot to unpack between Bethenny, Erica, Dorit's home invasion.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
There are a few other news articles that have come out today. There is never-ending stories. I feel like I can't even keep up, but that's exactly what we're here to do. But for now, we are back to talk about the fact that Bethenny Frankel and Andy Cohen are at war over her trashing the housewives in this new book. We have all the details about this. Before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in. All right, guys, so there was an article that came out by Radar Online saying Bethenny Frankel became rich and famous by trashing women on a TV show, obviously The Real Housewives of New York City, better than anyone else, which is why Andy Cohen is now furious that she is pointing fingers at the latest Real Housewives franchise book, this book that we've been talking about, Dave Quinn's new book, Not All Diamonds and Rosé. Do I think Andy's furious about this? 100%, because Bethenny Frankel has a huge platform. Mind you, she did get famous from the Real Housewives of New York. I don't know if she necessarily got rich off of the Real Housewives of New York, but I could play devil's advocate because maybe nobody would have known about her Skinny Girl brand had she not have been a part of the Real Housewives of New York, which might have escalated the whole deal that she got for $100 million in the first place. Ooh, that makes sense. Okay, wait, hold on. There's more. A source told Radar Online that Bethenny is a phony who is manufacturing phony outrage to get people to listen to her troubled podcast. Well, her podcast isn't troubled, but okay. Every cast member, both former and current, were asked to participate in the new book with Bravo's absolute blessing, but Bethenny refused. Fair enough, but don't then go and trash the book and the other women who you worked with on your podcast. She's a hypocrite. Ooh, not a hypocrite. Shots fired. She is a hypocrite and foolish to bite off the hand that feeds her. Bethenny knows that trashing the show is the same as trashing Andy Cohen. To be fair, hold on, wait a minute, I don't like that. If you're going to talk about her, if you're going to allow in this book, Andy Cohen signed off on this book, if you're going to allow Carol Radziwill and Ramona and a few of these other women to say Bethenny is contrived in pre-producing these storylines that actually affected these women, like having cameras show up to Bobby Zarin's funeral, even though producers didn't want them there, but Bethenny insisted, or saying that she set up this Tom DiAgostino kissing some random woman at the Regency Hotel right before, LUANN was about to marry him. If you're going to put all of this out there and trash her after she said she didn't want to participate in the book, then yeah, absolutely 100% she has a right to at least defend herself. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think everyone should have the right, if you're going to talk about them, to at least be able to say something. That's not fair. That's like me going on and trashing, Jason and saying all of these horrible things, and then Jason can't at least rebuke those comments. That doesn't make sense. So whoever this source is, I'm not digging it. Let's keep going. Obviously, we talked about the fact that Bethenny took to Twitter to talk about the Not All Diamonds and Rosé book, saying, I think we need more stories about women trashing women, or we can publish a book about it. She was obviously being very sarcastic, and she did this before teasing that she will instead share her side of the story in an episode of her podcast that will be later dropping this week. Some fans were saying, oh, you're trying to monetize off of this book. But again, no, I think she's trying to share her side of the story. And yeah, of course she wants to make money off of it if she's talking about it. So why wouldn't you take it to your podcast? If I were Bethenny, I damn sure would. That makes sense. Hello, she's a businesswoman. Like she's writing in her new book, business is personal. You're getting in her personal space. She's going to turn it into business. That is a very well thought out situation. I am a Bethenny stan. You guys can't convince me otherwise. I'm a Bethenny stan here. If you guys don't like it, drag me in the comments, drag me on hot, messy topics. Just do it. It's okay. I'm here for it. I'm ready. I love you guys. An insider also added that Andy has had it with her. Everything that she has done without him, including her podcast, has failed. Her talk show was a disaster. Her apprentice show bombed, and now she needs to use the Real Housewives to get anyone to listen to her boring podcast. The irony is the only thing Bethenny is successful at is trashing people. That's not true. I mean, she's good at it. I'm not gonna lie. She's good at trashing people, but it's not true that that's the only thing she's good at. I mean, that's a little below the belt. Have you seen her with her kid? Have you seen her with her brands? Have you seen her with her businesses? At this point, she could walk away, never do another business venture again, and she will be fine the rest of her life. She doesn't really have to stay relevant at this point. Just like LVP, just like a few other people that we know from the Housewives, they don't need to stay relevant anymore. They've done the damn thing. They're good. The source added that Andy has decided to not publicly respond to any of Bethenny's claims or remarks thus far, and the feud comes after sources revealed that Bethenny was begging Andy to help her after it was said that she had transphobic remarks on her podcast. They also said that their source said the Bravo host had no interest in helping out and did not respond to the requests. All right, guys, so with that, I have a few questions for you. You know, hearing about the fact that Bethenny and Andy are at war, Bethenny has said that she hasn't talked to Andy in quite some time. She doesn't talk to NBC. She doesn't talk to, you know, a lot of the people who are associated with the show. I'm sure she does have a few relationships with some of them, but she's not going out of her way to talk about the show. Let's just put it that way. She also said she's focusing on disaster relief, helping Haiti, and trying to make the world a better place while focusing on her businesses and being a great mother. I have to give that to her. You know, again, I don't want to go on here and trash Bethenny, and Bethenny didn't trash any of them, really, and she didn't trash them on her podcast. She didn't trash them in the book. All she said is, you're giving, you know, this credibility to two women who, one was fired from the show, one who's about to be fired from the show, which that was news to us, but I don't think that she's necessarily wrong. But again, I don't want to just give you my opinion. I want to know what you guys think about Bethenny and Andy at war. I want to know what you guys think about Andy not or refusing to make any comments back when it comes to Bethenny's claims. How do you feel about her podcast? And when they say it's struggling, are you buying it? I have questions. Guys, again, we'll be talking about all of this tonight on Hot Messy Topics at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's a subscribers only live chat. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that notification bell. We will be back. We'll be talking about a lot. We'll be talking about Bethenny, Ramona. We'll be talking a little bit about Dorinda. We'll be talking a lot about Dorit in this home invasion where the two guys woke her up at the end of her bed saying kill her, which is terrible. This happened last night at 10:50 PST, so Pacific Standard Time. A lot of us were in bed, some of us weren't, but the whole point is this is terrible. And they just started filming Beverly Hills Housewives, so I'm sure it'll be part of the storyline, but again, we'll talk about all of that tonight. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Stay safe, watch yourself, don't post your belongings on social media, keep an eye out for one another, and just live in the positive. With that, we'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys. Love you.